getting a really large grain check or getting large dairy checks twice a month doesn't equate to profitability. It feels good to have that money roll into the bank account, but at the end of the day, you have to pay the bills. And really what makes an operation financially successful is having the money roll in the bank account, pay the bills, make the loan payments, put the food on the family table, and then have extra money to reinvest, whether it's in the business or in yourself or in the family. I'm not going to tell anyone how to spend their money, but having that extra money to reinvest in one of those ways is really what leads to long-term viability and success for the farm operation. See a lot of different farming operations that might dairy, they might row crop, they might raise beef all together. Maybe one of those is a cash drain and one is really providing all of the income. But if we don't do the enterprise accounting, really know our numbers, really challenge those numbers, we might be investing a lot of time and energy in the one that's losing money versus the one that is generating income. The credit team here will often say you can only manage what you can measure. And again, I think that is so true. If you do not know your cost of production, how do you know where to get better? Digging deeper into that, enterprise accounting, really understanding where am I making money versus where am I spending my time, and how do I get better where I'm not making money? How do I continue to leverage where I am making money in my different enterprises? Being busy does not mean that one is making money. Some of the hardest working people that I know and have worked with get paid the least by the hour. So being busy does not equate to profitability, does not equate to making money. So the examples that I come up with are adding 80 acres. I have an opportunity to rent that 80 just outside of town and I can't let it go. Right? Are you really making money by doing that, or are you just more busy? And the one thing that is really hard to measure is by adding that 80 outside of town, did it impact your productivity on the core acres that you were already running? Those are the types of questions that I really do look to operators to challenge themselves with. Again, I don't think it's about getting quote unquote the right answer, but I do think you can get somewhere where you are now looking at a decision and saying, okay, is this decision going to save me time? Is it going to make me money? Is it going to make my operation better? And do not forget to account for your time. If you do not account for your time on paper, it's really hard to account for it in real life. And if you don't pay yourself on paper, you're gonna likely not pay yourself in real life. So it's easy to say, well, I paid everybody else, I'll get what's left over, and maybe that works for you. But if you don't budget in your time, I don't think you're doing yourself or your family any service. This goes back to knowing your numbers. You can only manage what you can measure. You can manage what you can measure. If you don't measure it, how do you have any ability to know where you're at? How do you have any ability to change it? At that point, you're just kind of floating in the wind and you go as the tide goes. So I would encourage you to have a good, clean accounting system, whether it be by enterprise, you segmenting your dairy operation from your row crops, from your feeders operation, and where am I spending my money? Where am I generating my income? And where do I need to get better? Where do I need to maybe expand or contract? And going back to the 80-acre example, can you break it down by field or farm? Say, okay, I'm spending this much to drive out there. I'm spending this much on inputs, and this is my yield. All operations should be preparing a cash flow projection annually. And that doesn't mean that it always has to be positive. Okay? That's ultimately the goal. But maybe you did a cash flow projection and the goal that year was to have the least amount of loss for whatever reason. Do that, try to stick to it. It's going to be wrong, but hopefully it leads to the right direction. Like I said, the future is unknown. You're never going to know. I can guarantee you the record high price is not going to be there forever. And the record low price won't be either. And ideally, you would be able to survive, if not thrive, in both of those environments.